Με φαντάζεσαι ποτέ γυμνή?
Όχι ποτέ.
Είναι ταμπού.
Υπάρχει λόγος που έχουμε ταμπού στις κοινωνίες των θηλαστικών. Διαωνίζεται έτσι το είδος χωρίς περιπλοκές και εκφυλισμούς.
The idea of Attenberg came quite sudden and as I was writing, not before. You know, I was sort of like confronted with a deadline and a blank screen, so it sort of came out quite intuitively and quite suddenly. I wasn't really thinking about directing a film all these years. I was teaching and exhibiting films and producing and also working as a projection artist because that's what I do in my day, as my day job, since cinema, independent cinema, especially in Greece, is a hobby that's not funded. I came out in France during a writer's residence, and I was lucky enough to get funded right before the country collapsed and the Greek Film Center shut down. So I was shooting less than a year after the script was written, and we were premiering in Venice just 4 months after production. So it, it was great. Yeah, I think it's probably not going to be repeated this way again, ever.
The lead character in the film is intrigued by David Attenberg and the way he approaches nature and the way he studies it, and she kind of applies that clinical exploration to herself and her friends and her own body. How did you come to that connection between Sir David Attenberg and sexual exploration?
You know, it's not something logical, it's not rational. I'm a big fan of combining things that are not readily combinable and create little universes, private universes. I mean, the whole film was pre-blocked, rehearsed with all of the cast with these very specific shots in mind. I cannot really separate acting and content and form from each other. You know, they're all very intricately, and I'm too much of a control freak to leave anything up to chance. So it was painstakingly choreographed. Even the silly walks, which the girls do, or like the animal playing between father and daughter. We knew that we had very little film in our disposal, so I could not do more than 2 takes or 3. That would be, exceeding that would get us over budget. We had a, very, very modest budget to make the film, and I did not want to shoot on video. We worked a lot beforehand in rehearsals, getting everyone feeling quite comfortable with each other. So by the time we were there, it was basically just executing. Okay. Which is not, it's the opposite of the way I did my first film, The Slow Business of Going, and it's completely the opposite of the way I'm going about the new film that I'm preparing.